We all know Travis Kelce likes to say how Chiefs fans have to fight for their right to party. That is definitely what fans are doing out here today. Actually, I just stopped by a tailgate. They're having some Sprite. Look at this. This thing is frozen solid. We are amongst the people down here at Power and Light, and the party is still going on. Take a look at this scene as people don't want to go away. Here at Allen Fieldhouse is a 16,000-seat arena. There was not a single seat open for late night at the Vaughn. One of the biggest questions entering training camp was who will be the person protecting the blind side of superstar quarterback Patrick Mahomes. What a night, what an evening it was here in downtown Kansas City. There was no home game at Arrowhead Stadium, but there was a home atmosphere here at Power and Light. Neil, I know you have covered this rivalry for decades. Desmond, you played in this rivalry. What comes to mind when you think of the Chiefs versus the Broncos? Neil, we'll start with you. Now, one last thing I would like to show you, Jim, is that some fans are bringing in cardboard pieces like this. They can't be any larger than 3x5. Fans are standing on these to help keep their feet warm. This game ended more than an hour ago, and take a look at this scene we are still seeing in Kansas City. These people do not want to go home. Here at KCI, if my photographer Andrew can get a look, there is a staircase here in the distance that is illuminated. We've talked to several employees here. That is the staircase the Chiefs are going to walk down. The National Football League may be tired of the Chiefs winning everything, but Chiefs Kingdom is not. They want the NFL world to know if you want to be the champs, you're going to have to go through Kansas City. The Royals are in a must-win situation tonight to stay in playoff position. KC is clinging to a half-game lead for the final wild card spot, and guess who? Boston is right behind them. Game 3 between these two teams at the K. Bobby Witt Jr. gets the Royals on the board early. A solo shot puts KC up 1-0 in the first. Then in the fourth, Royals down 1 with 2 on. Bobby up to bat. He sends that ball deep to the right field corner to put Kansas City back on top, but he is not done yet. Sixth inning, Bobby Baseball does it again. Home run number 2 on the night, number 22 on the year. That puts the Royals up 8-4, and that is how this one would end. Bobby finishes with 4 ribbies on the night. Vinny Pasquantino also added a 2-run shot as the Royals gain some ground in the division and wild card races. Next, we head to football. The next time we see the reigning Super Bowl champion Chiefs, they will be taking the field in Jacksonville. The Chiefs held their final practice in St. Joe before Saturday's preseason game against the Jaguars. Andy Reid updated us on playing time today, and everyone will get a piece of the pie. The starters will play in the first quarter, then the backups in the second, followed by the third stringers in quarter 3 and the 4s in the fourth.
All those young guys.
Staying with the Chiefs, Harrison Butker will take the field this weekend as the highest paid kicker in the National Football League. The freshly dried ink on his contract keeps him in Kansas City through 2028. Now, interestingly here, Butker acted as his own agent in the negotiations and said the process took about 8 to 10 weeks. Big-time kicker. Olympic gold is coming back to Kansas City. One of the game's most magical moments happened today, and a local superstar athlete was at the center of it all. Raytown South alum Quincy Hall pulled off an incredible come-from-behind win in the men's 400-meter this afternoon to bring the gold home back to Kansas City. Hall finished in 43.4 seconds, edging out silver medal winner by 0.04 of a second. So talk about a photo finish. Congrats to him. That's a good sports. We'll be back after this.
The game is growing in our area, even as fewer parents are telling their kids they can't play football. KCTV5's Mark Poulose joins us live from Lee Summit West, where the Titans played Liberty North tonight.
Mark, I know you've talked to coaches and officials and parents as well. What are they seeing?
They told us that there are 2 big reasons that people are playing more football on both sides of the state line. For one, the game has gotten much safer in recent years. And number 2, the Chiefs, yeah, those guys, well, they're pretty darn good.
I think the safety of the game has never been better.
Football has changed over the last decade with an emphasis on safety.
You go to practices, you see completely different techniques. You're not tackling a lot of the practice anymore. There's not a lot of physical contact and banging around.
Both Kansas and Missouri have seen the number of players playing football rise. In Missouri, 21,910 students signed up to play football this year, which is 1,445 more kids than in 2018. And in Kansas, Their most recent data shows 15,477 students signed up to play in 2022, an increase of more than 800 kids over the previous 5 years.
It's a very physical game, but I think people feel comfortable now about how the game is being taught, how the game is being officiated.
You used to see all these big hits. That's a flag now. You know, you're not teaching that. You're not teaching leading with the head.
The emphasis on safety is meant to keep players healthy, so kids and parents are more at ease with the sport.
It's still about blocking, tackling, what you get out of the game, and what the game brings to not only an individual, but a team, a school, and a community.
But make no mistake about it, a big factor in the growth of the game is the success of the Chiefs, who have won 2 Super Bowls in the last 4 seasons.
That doesn't hurt things to have a great NFL team in your city, you know, to where our numbers have grown in the state. So that's been big.
Now, in talking to Coach Holmes, he says the rise in the number of players playing football in Kansas City has also led to an increase in the amount of Division I players in the Metro. That includes one of the top players in the entire country, and Mizzou commit Williams Winery, who plays just up the road from here at Lee Summit North High School. For now, reporting live at Lee Summit West, Mark Poulose, KCTV 5 News.